Now, what I'm excited about is Matt's going to come up here and he's going to talk about not just where we've been, but where we're going. I have to tell you, even I don't know what's coming out of his mouth tonight. So I'm as excited as you probably are. I'm going to be hanging on every word he has. There's some really cool hardware in these boxes. And when you see this unveiled tonight, I want you to imagine what it would be like for you to be up here receiving this, all right? That's all I'm going to say. The rest of the evening is for you, and it's going to be presented to you by our founder, Mr. Matt Lloyd. Are you ready for him? Are you ready? Are you ready? Bring the noise for Mr. Matt Lloyd. Y'all ready for this?
Can you guys hear me? Am I on? Excellent. So, what I want to talk about is where we are going. Okay, where are we going as a company? Up until now, MOBE has, let's face it, I started MOBE in 2011. I got started in this industry late 2008. But it wasn't until 2011 that I had the idea for the MOBE license rights program. And so it's been almost 3 years now. And with where we are, with where we've been, you could call MOBE a teenager. But now we are entering adulthood. Okay, and we have to make some changes. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in this segment. I'm going to be telling you where we are headed as a company. Okay, the future of MOBE. And this affects all of you because many of you here are partners, your clients. Many of you have invested a lot of time, a lot of money into this company, and there's a lot at stake. So this affects everyone. So I've got a few changes, but I think you're going to like these changes. So here's the thing. I've been doing this now for almost 6 years, and often people come up to me and they ask me, okay, often colleagues ask me, they say, Matt, what is your exit strategy here? Okay, what's the long-term play? Are you going to keep on building this up and then one day sell it off and have a big payday, or what's the plan? And here's the deal. My exit strategy is I don't have one. I'm going to be doing this for a long, long time. Okay, I see myself doing this for the next few decades. So I'm not looking at exiting anytime soon. Thank you. I've invested a lot of time in this, and MOBE has become me. I am MOBE, so it's a part of me. It's not something that I could ever give up. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this for a long time, and that's why everything that I do and everything that we're trying to work on right now is setting this up so we are around for the long term. Because let's face it, a lot of companies in our niche come and go. Okay, you see the flavor of the month all the time. They rise and they fall. 5 years ago, it was a very different industry. Okay, all the companies that were at their peak, now many of them no longer exist. And I can't think of anything worse. So I want to make sure that everything we do sets us up so we are here for the long term. So there's going to be a few changes. Okay, and I want to walk you through what those changes are now. Like I said, I think you're going to like these changes. So the first change is, let's talk about this. The name, MOBE. What does MOBE stand for? Yell it out. My Online Business Empire. And 2011, I had the idea, and I think, I need a name for this company. I can't just keep bringing out products. I need to have a brand, an identity. So I start writing down different names, and some of the names were pretty shocking. Some of the names you should be glad I didn't choose. I had names like Automated Cash Machine and all kinds of names I'm glad we didn't choose. But I chose this one, My Online Business Empire, and I thought, well, what I want to do is I want to target online marketers, and I want to show them how to go and build their own empire, okay, their own business. So that's the name I went with, and I went and got the domain myonlinebusinessempire.com, and I thought, okay, we'll call it that. And then people started calling it MOBE or MOBE, And at first I said, no, don't say that. Say the whole name. So when you do videos, say My Online Business Empire. But that was a little bit of a mouthful. So people kept on calling it MOBE. And I thought, actually, that's kind of catchy. Why don't we call it MOBE? In fact, I'm going to go and get that domain right now. And then I found that someone already had the domain. And what followed was 9 months of negotiation, and I ended up getting it for about $7,000. But don't worry, they at one point wanted 25 grand. I made them wait 9 months. I negotiated that down, and I got the domain mobe.com. But let's talk about that. Let's talk about the name for a second. Let's talk about this word, empire. When you hear the word empire, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Just yell it out. Empire. Big, huge. Empire. What about this? Empire. Make money fast. Get rich quick. For some people, for a lot of people, My Online Business Empire. Now here's the thing, okay, even though I do like to get rich quick, this put us in a category that I didn't necessarily intend for when I started out. And over the last few years, somewhat, we've been put a little bit in that category of a business opportunity. Okay, now let's talk about that niche for a second. What do we know about most business opportunities? They rise and fall. They don't last for that long. And I never intended MOBE to be just a business opportunity. First and foremost, I intended for it to be a training company. And we fell into this category somewhat where this was our target market. People who want to learn how to make money online. Now, there's one thing I can tell you about this niche. This is a billion-dollar niche. Okay, there's money in this niche. There's a lot of offers on ClickBank that will teach you how to make money online or promise to do so. There's a lot of companies that you would have heard of that you would say are in this niche. And it's a billion-dollar niche. But I'm trying to think bigger than that. Okay, and I don't want just a billion-dollar niche. I want a multi-billion-dollar niche. I want something that's going to be very scalable. And I'm thinking 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the track, I want something that we can really aspire to, something much, much bigger. So for a while, somewhat, we've been put in this category, and that's not really where I see the most potential. So we are going to be changing the name. We are going to be changing the name. Can you get a drum roll ready, please? Who's ready to hear the new name of the company? Okay. Yeah, please. The new name of the company will be MOBE. Now, let me explain. Let me explain. It will still be MOBE, but MOBE will stand for something a little bit different. Here it is. My Online Business Education. All right. We will still be known as MOBE, but the letters will stand for something else. My Online Business Education. Now, it might not really seem like a big deal. What's the big deal? It's a simple change of the last word. But it completely changes the meaning. Rather than being My Online Business Empire, it's now My Online Business Education. That means that the reach is far, far wider. It's now not just for online businesses. It's for all businesses. My Online, as in I access it online, Business Education. It's a cleaner name. Let's talk about that word, education. Okay, what's the first thing that comes to mind when I say education? Is it get rich quick? Absolutely not. It's training, okay, information I can actually use. And that's what I intended this for. Now our target market is this. Small business owners and entrepreneurs. This is a much, much bigger niche. This is huge. compared to the make money online little niche, this is enormous. This has much wider appeal. This changes everything. This is what I want us to be. I want us to be a training company for small businesses. Now, when I say small business is defined as under 500 employees. Okay, so you could call us all small business owners. Doesn't mean we have small aspirations, but it means we're in that category of we're becoming something much, much bigger. And this, like I said, this expands our entire reach. Okay, now we're not just a little segment of, hey, get rich quick online, which again, I never intended for us to be. Now the appeal is much, much wider. So that's what I want us to be, an online resource for small business owners and entrepreneurs. Companies with less than 500 employees. Now let's talk about how big is this niche, small business owners. In the US, 28 million small businesses and 22 million of them are self-employed. Okay, that means that there's only one person operating that business, no employees. 22 million. Now here's the thing, over 78% of all US businesses are non-employer businesses. Again, that means that it's just one person operating the business. So they're people like you and me, people starting businesses. It could be an online business, it could be an offline business, it could be any type of business. But that will now be our target audience. Again, it's got much further reaching potential. Okay? Total revenues from non-employer small businesses, so again, that's one person, $989 billion in 2011. It's an enormous niche. Okay, there's a lot of growth potential there. Over 500,000 businesses, new small businesses start every single month in the US. So they're always starting out. And what do these people need? They need training. That's where we're going to come in. They need the right training. Okay, and that's what MOBE is going to be all about from now on. Okay, so that's the first change. I got a few more. Change number 2. So we're going to become an education platform or an e-learning platform. That's what MOBE will be. And let me explain exactly what that is. E-learning is basically when you can access training, education programs online. And e-learning websites, they don't just have 2 or 3 or 5 courses. They've got many, many courses. And it's huge business, okay? More and more these days, people are starting to take responsibility for their own education. Okay, and they're starting to seek out other avenues, not just the traditional university, but they're actually going online and they're actually thinking, okay, what do I need to learn? And they're buying training, okay, e-learning programs. 2011, $35.6 billion. Now, it's estimated to hit $51.5 billion by 2015. That's one estimate. Forbes estimates it a little bit higher. Forbes say that the online learning industry will be a $107 billion industry by 2015. That's huge potential. Okay, that is where we are going. That's where we want to be. So you might have noticed that a lot more universities these days are transitioning online. Okay, they have online programs. Have you ever heard of online degrees or online MBAs? It's big, big business. Okay, more and more universities are having their courses offered online so people can study at home and they don't have to go the more traditional route and actually go to the university and do classes. It's more flexible. Okay, you can do those classes at home whenever you want, okay, around your own schedule. So that's the trend. Okay, people want that flexibility. Let me tell you this. Arizona State University, 2011, $4.4 million in revenue. Look at this growth. This excites me. 2014, that number has reached $94 million. That's enormous growth. Okay, online universities. More and more, you're seeing them. Now, check this out. You see there's a lot of e-learning platforms coming up more and more these days. Sites like Udemy. Who's heard of Udemy here? Okay, a few of you. Lynda.com. Who's heard of that? This is big business. I want to show you a few of these companies and where they're going, because this is where I've been looking for inspiration, okay, with what MOBE could possibly be. Lynda.com. Check this out tonight. Okay, it was started by a lady called Linda, okay, Lynda.com. She started this a number of years ago, and basically you can go to Lynda.com and anything you want to learn, you can get access to on this website. So they have courses on all kinds of different things, photography, whatever you want, really. I mean, whatever little hobby you have. Over 2,900 courses. Okay, so it's like a whole library. It's like an online library of information training programs. And you'll see it's got a whole bunch of different categories. So again, anything you want to learn, you can go and access on this website, and you can buy their programs. Now, I don't know if you can read this, but recently they raised $103 million in equity. Yeah, $103 million. And I just tell you that so you know, this is big, big business. Some of these companies are doing big numbers. Okay? Udemy, very similar. Udemy's similar to Lynda.com. A lot more courses though. 18,000 courses. 10,000 instructors. These are people who put their courses on this website. Okay, and if you want to learn something, you go to udemy.com and you can search for any topic you like, and you can find a product on that topic. Okay, so go and check it out tonight. Actually browse the website, have a look around, and these are what you call e-learning platforms. Again, it's big business and it's really starting to pick up. Now, so I was looking at these. I've been looking at these for the last few months, okay, studying how they've set their business up, studying all their different categories and everything like that. And if there is one weakness, I think that their weakness is that they are trying to appeal to everyone. They're trying to have a course for everything you could want, and it's very general. Here's where MOBE is going to be different. MOBE is just going to be around business. Okay, our courses will only be business. We will be an e-learning platform, eventually with thousands and thousands of different courses. But these courses will be for small business owners and entrepreneurs. That's going to be our niche. So if there's a small business owner just starting out and they don't know how to do something, they don't know how to do Facebook pay-per-click, or they don't know how to do email marketing, or they don't know how to outsource more effectively, MOBE will be the place that they go. Okay, they won't go to Lynda.com, they won't go to Udemy.com because they're general. Okay, they will go to MOBE because everyone will know that MOBE is, if you want to learn business, that's where you go. Okay, e-learning on business. This will be where we focus. An online marketplace which sells business training products and live events. That's what we will be, okay? And lots of different products. Now, keep a close eye on this domain. We just brought this domain, mobemarketplace.com. This is going to be where we start building this, okay? And eventually we're going to move this to mobe.com, okay? But you will start to see a lot of different courses that we will offer. And that's where it's going to be. So what kind of topics? Anything to do with business. It could be advertising. It could be finance. It could be operations. It could even be where do you invest your money once you start making money from your business. Anything to do with business. We will have a product covering that area. And again, the long-term plan here, we will have thousands and thousands of different products. It will be like an online library. Okay, so there's going to be a lot. We've got our work cut out for us. Now, here's the other thing. Here's why that might interest you. That means you're going to have a lot of different products that you can now promote and earn commissions on. Not just 4 or 5, hundreds, thousands of different products. You get one customer, everything that customer buys from now on, you're getting commissions on. Okay? Thousands and thousands of products. And it will all be processed through your affiliate account. Okay? Now here's the thing. I mean, as a company founder, just so you know, when you see most direct sales companies, here's the way it works. The company starts out, they have very fast growth, and they make their first million and their first 10 million, and then after that, as they start to build culture, usually what happens is you get your few superstars in the company, your top earners, and sooner or later, one of them starts promoting other different programs and products. Now, the company owner doesn't usually like that. And why do you think that would be? Yeah, I mean, they've been building something from the ground up. They've been building their community. And then someone starts taking members from their community out into other programs. So you can understand why. But on the other hand, there's another argument that can be made that for you guys, for affiliates, for partners, it's good to have multiple streams of income. Would you agree? I mean, some of you, that's what you want to have. So usually what the company owner does is to stop this, they put in place some very strict rules. And they say, look, when you come on board, you've got to sign this agreement, this affiliate or this distributorship agreement. And if you start promoting other programs to your downline or to your team, you can actually be kicked out of the company. Okay? Now, again, I can understand why they do that. But having been an affiliate, having been in your shoes, I understand why you don't like that. Now, I've got two options here. As MOBE turns into an adult and we mature as a company, we can do that. We can have stricter rules. The other option is we can have so many products, so many front offers on our platform that you don't even need to go outside of MOBE. You've got so much available to you on the MOBE platform, you can have all your multiple income streams that you wouldn't even think about going outside of MOBE. So that's what we're going to do. Okay? Less strict rules, but I'm going to come out with so many products, so many front-end offers that you have so many different income streams that you're not even going to think about going to other companies because you're going to find it all here. Okay? That's the plan. Now, here's the other thing. Not all of the people on your list or not all of your audience are going to resonate with MOBE. Okay? Some people won't. Okay? And that's okay. We're not for everyone. But for those people, they will resonate with other product creators. They will resonate with other people who have products. Okay, it's funny. Like I was just having dinner with a family, and they were telling me about how they got into this industry several years ago, and they've been through all these different companies. Which, if I named, you would all know these companies. Okay, one's a blogging company. Hint, hint. You know which one I'm talking about. And they've been through all of that, and they didn't resonate with some guy wearing a singlet and thongs, and that wasn't for them. And they said, Matt, I resonated with you, so we're now here. Now, again, I'm not for everyone. So some people won't resonate with me, and they'll go for the other company, and that's fine. Well, what this does, by having other products and other sales funnels, it means that you're not just promoting Matt Lloyd or a MOBE product. Now you can promote other products by other product owners or creators, and it means that your chances of making sales now, you've got a much wider audience, and you can offer it all through the MOBE platform. Okay, so I think that's pretty cool. All right, now change number 3. I think you're going to like this one. Some of you definitely will. You will be able to sell your own products through the MOBE platform. How would you like to have everyone in this room as your possible affiliates? Who would like that? Yeah? Who would like that? Now, a lot of you don't yet have your own products, so this might not have a lot of significance to you yet. But eventually, somewhere down the line, you might want to create your own product. You might think, look, I've got some knowledge. I'd like to create a product, and I'd like to have a platform to sell it through. I would like to have affiliates. I take questions at the end. Thanks. So now you will be able to do that through the MOBE marketplace. You will be able to put your own product on our marketplace and have other people promote it. Okay, and I think that's pretty cool. I think now you will have access to tens of thousands of affiliates. Now, of course, we're going to have some criteria to getting your product listed in the MOBE marketplace. Okay, it's got to be up to scratch. We're going to actually look at the product and make sure it's a good product. But you will actually be able to put your product here and now have an affiliate network, people who can promote it, and you will get paid royalties. You will get paid a percentage on every transaction. So if you have a really, really good product and it sells really, really well, you can do pretty well from it. Okay, so Udemy, for example, have this. Clickbank.com, for example, have this. Just on Udemy, for example, some of their top earning product creators have made over $500,000 per year, putting their products in the marketplace, and then other affiliates pick it up and start promoting it. Okay, and again, you're getting residuals on every single transaction of your product. So I know a few of you have your own products. You should be pretty excited about this. And all of you should be excited about it because now you can promote, again, other personalities, other brands, other products. So a lot of our top partners, for example, like John Chow. John Chow obviously knows how to build a blog. He's very good at blogging. Now you can actually sell one of his products on blogging with his personality. Okay? You might have people on your list who don't resonate with me, but resonate with John. And it means you're going to be earning residuals on all of this too. So if you have people who are in your team and they start promoting everyone else's products, you're still earning residuals. It's all done through the MOBE marketplace. Okay, so I'm excited about that because what this means is, I mean, if there's one limitation right now of how MOBE is set up, we can only bring out new offers as fast as I can create them. Okay, so every month or every 2 months, I come up with a new offer and a new product, but it takes time. Like Traffic Masters Academy, that took a little while to put together. Okay, I had to go and round everyone up, get them to do their part. Shakir, you took 3 months to do your part, and it took a long time. Okay, and that was the limitation on that model. With this model, now it's not just about how fast can Matt move. It's about having potentially hundreds, thousands of people creating products at the same time, creating sales funnels, putting them on the MOBE marketplace, and now you can promote them. Hundreds, thousands of products. Think about that for a second. We will be able to create front-end offers faster than any other company in our niche. So I'm pretty excited about this. We're going to move very quickly with this. Now, the other thing is, as far as products go, here's what we're going to do. We're going to be very transparent because we're going to allow feedback by the customers. So Amazon.com, I was reading about Amazon.com and how the company was built a couple months ago. And as they were building the company, internally there was a big disagreement in the company. They had the editorial team and they had the more tech team. Now, the editorial team wanted to write reviews on every product on Amazon.com, and of course, they wanted to write glowing reviews of every single product because they thought, well, we'll get more sales that way. Now, the tech team was actually building an algorithm where people could leave real feedback. So if they thought the product was terrible, they could actually say, this product is crap, don't buy it, it's a really bad product. Now, what is better for the customer? If the customer is buying the product, what would you rather? Do you want to sugarcoat everything and say that, yeah, this is a really great product? Or would you rather have real reviews? That's one of the main strengths of Amazon.com. Okay, if you go to Amazon and you're thinking about buying a product, you can get real feedback from real people who've actually bought the product. If it's a good product, it's going to get good reviews. So, when you list your product on MOBE.com, on our marketplace, if it's a really good product, you've got a good chance of making sales. If it gets really good reviews and you've got a good funnel, you've got a good chance of making sales. You can have everyone else promoting it. If it's a bad product, it's probably not going to sell that well. So this keeps the quality up. Okay, this makes sure that only the best products survive. Okay, so it means we have lots and lots of new products coming in, lots of new front-end offers, but it's very transparent, okay, in the reviews. So that's that change. Change number 4. This one is this is a little bit more internal, and when I say internal, I mean among the MOBE corporate team. But this really affects you because this is the direction of the company. Every company has a mission statement, and whenever I used to hear mission statements 2 or 3 years ago, I used to think, oh, that's just corporate BS. No one ever reads those. No one ever really means that. It's just mumbo jumbo. It sounds nice. It looks good on a plaque, but so what? But as I've built MOBE up and I've learned more about actually building real companies and scaling, I realized this is actually really important because this is what everyone in the company internally is working towards, or they should be working towards. So every Monday we have what we call the executive call in MOBE, and I get on a Google Hangout with about 4 other people who are managing different departments in MOBE, and we talk about issues, we talk about our stats, okay, what our performance was, we talk about what we're going to try and work on in the next week, and at the start of the call we always read out the mission statement. And up until now this has been the mission statement. Okay, we would say we help people reach financial freedom using online affiliate marketing. Now, when I would hear this, I would always think, okay, yeah, that sounds nice. But if you'd asked me 2 weeks ago, Matt, what's your mission statement? I couldn't remember this. I'd have to go and look it up. It didn't really inspire me. Okay, it didn't really have a big meaning. So we're changing it. This is our new goal. Okay, our new goal as a company. And I'm being serious about this. This isn't just to go on a plaque. This is something that we're going to live by. We will aspire to be the #1 small business training company in the world. That's where we want to go long term. The #1 small business training company in the world. #1. That means we have to have a lot of training and we have to have very good training. Now, are we there yet? Not even close. Not even close. We have a long, long way to go. But this is something to strive towards. This actually gets me pretty excited. Now, in order to do this, we're going to need a lot of new products. You can't just have, MOBE license rights, Titanium, Platinum. No. To be the #1 small business training company in the world, we need a lot of new products, and we need products on all different areas of business building. We need to become a resource that any small business owner starting out can go to, and whatever they're struggling with, whatever challenge they have, they can find the answer on MOBE.com. Okay, so that's part of the reason why we're going to open this up, and now you can put your product on MOBE.com. We want to be able to cover all different aspects of building a business. Now, why is this so important? Why is it so important that we help small business owners and entrepreneurs? And let's take a look at the bigger picture here. Let's talk about business and capitalism. Who's a fan of capitalism? Hands up nice and high. What do you think of capitalism? What do you think? Yell it out. If you look back over human history, okay, over the last 10,000 years, ever since capitalism and the free market was introduced, our growth has been exponential. We can't really appreciate it because our lives are so short, but we live in the most exciting time in the history of the planet with what we have coming along. And we have we owe a lot to capitalism for that. We owe a lot to business. Now, people like to complain about capitalism a lot in the popular media. They complain about it and how it's, it's unfair and everything like that. Do you know that the poorest Americans, the poorest people in the US, in the bottom 10%, if you compare them to the richest people in maybe the 1900s, they live like kings with what they have available to them. Okay, a few little stats here. poor households, people who are below the poverty line. 99% of them have refrigeration, they have TV, microwaves, air conditioning. These are people who are meant to be among the worst served people in the world, below the poverty line. They have stereos, they have all of these things, all of these luxuries. All of that, the general living standards, how they've risen, it's all due to what? Business. It's all due to business. Look at how long that humans live on average. If you go back to the 1800s, for example, the average male lived for 38 years. 38 years. 150 years later, they're now living for closer to 80 years. You have business to thank for that. Okay, you have business to thank for that. Business facilitates innovation. Business is so important. Okay, it is the most important thing. All of the biggest medical innovations we've had are the ones coming down the line. It's all facilitated by business, by people who innovate. There's a book called Abundance. Who's read this book? Abundance. By Peter Diamandis. You should read this book, okay? Write this down. Read this book, okay? It's called Abundance. You know, in the popular media, they like to talk about how everything's going wrong, okay? How, you know, we've got global warming and things are getting worse and everything like that. Well, this guy makes the case that actually things are getting better. The average human lifespan has doubled. Okay, in the last 150 years, it's doubled. The average per capita income is 3 times higher. Childhood mortality is 10 times less. Cost of food is 10 times less. Cost of electricity, 20 times less. All of these things is due to what? Capitalism to business. Business is responsible for evolution, okay, the evolution of the human race, where we are going, and the general life, basically the general living standards rising. It's all due to business. You can't see that, so I won't show you that. But basically, if you look at the major technological breakthroughs, this is where we are living in. See that rapid rise? That's the time period that we are living in right now. That's innovation, and that's all done by business. You might have heard this quote before. 5% of the people make things happen, 15% of the people watch things happen, and 80% of the population wonder, what happened? Okay? Well, the 5%, the innovators, that's the business owners and the entrepreneurs. They are the most important people as far as accomplishment in this world. Okay, and they are the people who are leading the human race. Business owners. People like you. People just like you. As far as I'm concerned, most of the other 80% are getting a free lunch. Okay? People in this room are leading the field. People like this. Who's heard of Elon Musk? Guy worth $9.5 billion. Let me tell you about this guy. This guy started a website, and later on it actually became PayPal.com. Okay, he's the guy who started PayPal.com. Multi-billionaire. Started off being called X.com. He changed it to PayPal.com, sold it off, had a big payday. Now he's starting a company that's making commercial space travel possible. Okay, so if you ever want to travel into space, this guy actually started a company about helping people to do that. He started the company called Tesla. Who's heard of the Tesla cars? Yeah, electric cars. That's a big innovation. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, that's huge. Now he's actually building this train that can go, let me make sure I've got this right. It goes from San Francisco to LA in something like 30 minutes, and it's powered by air pressure. So there's no pollution. He's going to build a prototype of it. The reason why I'm showing you this is this person, this is an innovator. Okay, this is an entrepreneur. This is the sort of person that drives humanity forwards. But you know what? What is the biggest threat to innovators? Taxes? No, I kind of agree, but somewhat. The biggest threat to new innovators is this: if they are not smart at business, if they don't know how to build a business, their idea will usually wither and die. So many great ideas never make it into the marketplace because the person who had the idea doesn't know how to run a business. They have a great idea, but they don't know how to run a business. They don't have the right information. In fact, 80% of new business owners fail in the first 18 months. Think about that. 80%. That's a lot. They get into business, they have huge hopes and dreams about it. They have a great idea, they go and start a business, but they don't know what they're doing, and soon after they fail. And that's where MOBE is going to come in. Okay, we will be the training resource for those people, for small business owners. We will provide them with the online library where whatever challenge they're having that has something to do with business, we will have a product that helps them solve that challenge. So anyway, in my long-winded way, that's why I tell you that I'm actually excited about that mission statement, to become the #1 training resource for small business owners on the planet. Okay, and that's what we will strive to be. It's a big goal, but that's what we're going to strive for. Now, the last change, I think you guys are going to like this one the best. Who likes traveling to places like the Bahamas and being in this environment? So, titanium and platinum, I mean, if you do that in 1 year, you're getting to do it twice in a year. Who'd like to do that a lot more? Hands up nice and nice. Would you like to travel to more places and do this more often in the year? Okay. Well, first of all, before I tell you about that, I'm going to tell you about the schedule for next year. And we've been needing to do this for a little while, but now we're going to get a little bit more organized in how we do these. So we actually have a schedule for 2015 with how we do the masterminds. January, we're going to have platinum. Now, when I say the USA, I don't mean in the USA. I mean on that side of the planet, okay? On the USA side of the planet. We'll go someplace a little more exciting. No offense, okay? So, platinum in January. Now, I don't want to forget about all of my fellow Australians back in Australia and on that side of the world. Because for us to travel all the way over here, I know that some people traveled 35, 40 hours in this room. I traveled 30 hours. I know a few traveled closer to 40. So what we're now going to do is we're going to have 2 titaniums and 2 platinums and also 2 diamonds. And we're going to have one of each on each side of the world. On the USA side of the world and on the Australian side of the world. Okay? So now it's closer to travel. And that means that you can market to someone in Australia and they can go to the mastermind on that side of the world. And they're going to be every 2 months. Every 2 months. Okay, so we've got a platinum. We have a diamond, which will be on the Australia side of the world. I'm actually thinking Bali, if you've ever been to Bali or if you've ever wanted to go to Bali. There's a really nice resort I stayed at last year, and I'm thinking about that. Titanium will be back over this side. Then we're going to have the platinum on the Australian side. I'm going to Vietnam when I get back home for a week. I'm going to start looking at some resorts there. Vietnam, Thailand, possibly even Malaysia, if you want to come and see the MOBE headquarters. And then we have another diamond back over this side, okay, and then a titanium over near Australia. So it rotates back and forth. Now, if you haven't been to the Platinum Mastermind yet, you can actually choose. Do you want to go to one over here, this side, or would you like to come to over near Australia? You have the choice. But that's going to be the schedule. So now you know the schedule, and now if you promote these programs, you know when the next one is going to be. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this for a second. You invested a decent amount of money to come to the Titanium Mastermind, and the same with the Platinum Mastermind. It's all expenses paid, and believe me, you know, a resort like this, you probably noticed already at the restaurants, they charge pretty high prices. So it's expensive. And I hope you're getting a lot of value out of this so far. But you know what? You know, if I ask you is this worth $9,000 to you? Here's the deal. There's going to be two answers to that. If you're really smart, then you will understand the value of information. You will understand that one good idea implemented can be worth many, many times $9,000. For example, what I was talking about this morning about making sustainable change. By the way, I have very sore shoulders right now because I'm warming myself up for the 25th. But I was talking about making sustainable change. If you use that and you actually, for the first time in your life, are able to make a drastic change, that's worth many more times than $9,000. So my point is, one good idea implemented can be worth a lot. But I don't ever want there to be a question of value. I want people looking at this, at that titanium investment, to see it as a no-brainer. I want them to think, look, I invest $9,000 in this program, and I got so much more in return. That was by far the most valuable program I ever invested in. So I thought to myself, well, how do we make these more valuable? How do we make them more valuable? And I started thinking about that. And one thing I can promise you, we will only ever add more value to these. We will never take value away. Someone suggested to me that they said, Matt, you should make titanium so it's only for one person, or you should have people actually pay for their resort and food because your margins must be very tight. And I said no to that. No, we're not going to ever take away the value. We will only ever add more value. So I thought, how do we add more value? How do we make these programs more valuable? And I thought, what if we had more events? More events that you could go to around the world as part of your titanium membership, as part of your platinum membership. Would that make it more valuable? Yeah. So, here's what we're going to be doing. As part of your titanium mastermind investment, we're now going to be doing other events that I call the pillars of business building. Titanium is really about marketing and business building. And it's hard to cover everything in the 2.5 days that we have together. But if we have more events around the world dedicated to specific topics, then now we can give you more. We can go into much greater depth. Okay, so these other events will now be included. Okay, that means that you will be able to go and the actual event portion of it will be free. So, just to give you an idea, we're going to have a 3-day mastermind all about traffic, getting leads, that you can all now attend for free. Okay? That will be part of Titanium. Right. Now, I don't even know where it's going to be. This is a new idea. You're going to see this rolled out over the next few months. I've got to find the place, just like it looks like in the picture. It's going to be a nice place. But I'm going to find a very nice resort in a very nice place that you would like to go. And there will be a traffic event. Okay, 3 days. But on top of that, with your Titanium membership, we're also going to talk about other things too. We're going to have another event on conversion. How do you actually get more conversions? Now, being Titanium members, you will be able to come to this one too. Okay, so this one will be all about conversions. Now, by the way, these will be sold separately for around $2,000. Okay, but as part of your Titanium membership, the actual event portion will be included in that, so you don't have to pay the $2,000 to attend. We'll have another one on outsourcing too. Okay, 3 days on outsourcing, and we will go deep. The whole event will be focused on outsourcing. Okay, so this is all a new idea. Okay, this is a new idea you're going to see implemented over the next few months. But this is how we're going to make each of these programs more and more valuable. So those are just 3 ideas I've had of what we can do events around, but there will be more. And they will be included in your Titanium Mastermind membership. So get ready to travel a lot more next year. Now, the other thing. We're going to do the exact same thing for Platinum too. Okay, so as part of the Platinum Mastermind investment, you get to go to the Platinum Mastermind, but we're also going to have more masterminds, more 3-day events that go a lot more in depth on different areas of wealth building. So there might be one on business setup. I know this has got you excited. A 3-day event on taxes. Doesn't sound that exciting, but we can make that exciting. I get excited about saving money. Okay, so we will have a 3-day event on just that. A 3-day event on stocks, on how to actually go and invest in the stock market from people who really know what they're talking about. Dedicated to just that. We will have a 3-day event on precious metals, gold, silver, things like that. That will be included in your Platinum Mastermind membership. Now again, someone who's not a Platinum member, they can attend this, but it will be a $2,000 event. Okay, but you guys, who is Platinum, by the way, in this room? Wow, good. Quite a few of you. So, like I said, you're going to be doing a lot more traveling next year. I'm trying to make these as valuable as possible. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. Real estate. Okay, there will be a 3-day event as part of your Platinum membership on real estate. So if you've ever wanted to learn how to actually do these things properly, now we're going to be able to go in depth on each one. We'll have 3 days just focused on it. Again, I don't know where it's going to be. I know it's going to be a nice location that you would actually want to travel to. But I'm going to be announcing this over the next few months. Okay? So, like I said, you're now going to get a lot more for what you've invested in titanium and platinum.